Good evening, and welcome to Daily Top Bulletin, bringing you the top 10 current affairs headlines in the most simple, clear, and exam-focused format for UPSC and competitive exams. Every headline is carefully selected to keep your preparation ahead of the competition. Let's begin with today's top 10 news.
1st July 2026. One center notifies new wage rates as VBG-RAMG Act officially replaces MGNRGA. What happened? The central government officially notified the new daily wage rates for unskilled manual workers under the Viksit-Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin, VBG-RAMG Act, which went into effect on July 1, 2026, completely replacing the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, MGNRGA, 2005. Key facts to remember. Transition. VBG-RAMG is India's newly updated core rural employment mission, bringing major structural changes to regional fiscal funding formulas. Wage safeguards. Under the new legislation, the center holds the power to notify distinct wage rates for different regions, but ensures they cannot fall lower than the preceding MGNREGA wage baselines. 2 PM Modi holds high-level talks with Iran's President Pezeshkian over Strait of Hormuz stability. What happened? Prime Minister Narendra Modi engaged in a crucial bilateral dialogue with Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, emphasizing that a secure and open Strait of Hormuz is vital for global energy security. Key facts to remember. Geopolitical context. The discussions follow intense regional diplomatic milestones and the renewal of a 60-day U.S.-Iran ceasefire agreement. Maritime significance. The Strait of Hormuz is a vital global choke point, accounting for roughly 20% of the world's petroleum and gas transit flows. Diplomatic outlook. During the interactions, Iran briefed India on West Asia developments and discussions regarding invitations to the expanded BRICS frameworks. 3 commercial LPG cylinder prices slashed by 183.5 amid easing global pressures. What happened? Indian oil and downstream retailers announced a massive reduction of Rupee 183.50 per 19 kg commercial LPG cylinder, marking the first retail price cut of the year 2026. Key facts to remember. Market impact. The commercial LPG rate in Delhi dropped to 2,930 per cylinder, providing direct supply chain and operational relief to hospitality and small-scale industries. Underlying drivers. The price relief is directly linked to the removal of retail fuel caps and easing geopolitical strains in the Middle East, leading to a stabilization of international crude benchmarks. Domestic 14, 2 kg cylinder rates remain unchanged. 4. India deploys first 3D printed artificial reefs off Ramanathapuram coast. What happened? In a significant push for marine ecological restoration, India successfully deployed its first-ever 3D printed artificial reefs off the Ramanathapuram coast in Tamil Nadu. Key facts to remember. Ecological purpose. The initiative aims to regenerate degraded marine ecosystems, foster coral growth, and combat beach erosion by providing robust, structurally stable habitats for marine life. Socioeconomic benefit. By enhancing local marine biodiversity and fish biomass, the artificial reefs are designed to sustainably uplift the traditional artisanal fishing communities in the region. 5. Union Health Ministry launches Samagra Shishu Bal, Swasthya Karyakram, and SUMAN Roadmap 2030. What happened? The Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare launched a series of comprehensive flagship healthcare initiatives, spearheaded by the Samagra Shishu Bal, Swasthya Karyakram, SSBSK, and the Surakshit Matritva Ashwasan, SUMAN, Roadmap 2030. Key facts to remember. SSBSK and AMB. Alongside SSBSK, the ministry launched revamped operational guidelines for Anemia Mukt Bharat, AMB, to tackle adolescent and child malnutrition indicated by recent NFHS findings. SUMAN Roadmap 2030. This framework provides an institutional timeline to ensure zero preventable maternal and newborn deaths by integrating premium, free, and dignified healthcare services across the public health grid. 6. MHA targets full rollout of interoperable criminal justice system by 2027. What happened? The Ministry of Home Affairs updated its implementation timeline for the Interoperable Criminal Justice System, ICJS, scheduling complete, seamless synchronization across all states and union territories by 2027. Key facts to remember. Objective: ICJS integrates 5 critical pillars: police, courts, prisons, prosecution, and forensics, into a unified platform to support India's new criminal codes, BNS, BNSS, and BSS. Milestones achieved. National implementation data shows that 60-day charge sheet compliance has jumped to 67%, up from 51%, and over 46.5 lakh unique digital evidence, Sakshya, IDs have been generated to strengthen judicial conviction rates. 7. Performing customary rites mandatory for legal validity of Hindu marriages, Gujarat HC. What happened? The Gujarat High Court delivered an important legal ruling stating that a Hindu marriage cannot be deemed legally valid simply because it was formally registered, if essential customary rites were omitted. Key facts to remember. The ruling: the court held that registration under local statutory rules serves as evidentiary proof, but does not replace or cure the absence of mandatory religious solemnization processes. Legal basis: the judgment reiterated that under the Hindu Marriage Act, performance of customary ceremonies, such as the Saptapadi, 7 steps around the sacred fire, is essential to legally bind a marriage. 8. NIIF finalizes 30,000 crore capital infusion into Infrastructure Fund II. What happened? The National Investment and Infrastructure Fund, NIIF, approved an additional capital injection of 30,000 crore to scale up its second flagship infrastructure vehicle. Key facts to remember. Institutional context: NIIF is India's quasi-sovereign wealth fund created to mobilize institutional capital for commercially viable, greenfield, and brownfield infrastructure ventures. Target deployment: this massive capital allocation, acting as the direct successor to its first flagship infrastructure fund, will prioritize high-impact national transport, green energy logistics, and digital highway corridors. 9. RBI issues amended framework on limiting customer liability in digital transactions. What happened? The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, released final amendments to its limiting customer liability in digital transactions framework to protect citizens from evolving cyber fraud. Key facts to remember. Scam protection: slated for pilot execution, the updated framework drastically expands statutory protection barriers to include victims of sophisticated social engineering scams, such as digital arrests, phishing networks, and cloned OTPs. Burden of proof: crucially, the guidelines shift the legal burden of proof onto the banking institutions, forcing them to actively demonstrate customer negligence rather than automatically denying reimbursement claims. 10. DSCI and Office of Principal Scientific Advisor Partner for Technology Readiness Assessments. What happened? The Data Security Council of India, DSCI, signed a formal Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor, OPSA, to develop collaborative framework models for advanced technology tracking. Key facts to remember. Core objective: the partnership will focus on building deep capability mapping, handling technology readiness assessments, and designing a proprietary technology radar methodology. Strategic value: this national digital framework is aimed at identifying vulnerabilities and securing India's critical tech infrastructures, ranging from sovereign artificial intelligence to semiconductor supply lines against global cyber threats.
Thank you for tuning in to Daily Top Bulletin. Stay updated, stay prepared, and stay ahead in your UPSC and competitive exam journey. We'll be back tomorrow with another set of the day's most important current affairs headlines. Until then, keep learning and keep growing. Good night, and see you in the next bulletin.